Listen. Easy with that. My name's Leon.
Unlike all the other characters, who either got better or worse in the remake, Leon did not really improve or worsen in it, since he does not change that much. And of course, as the protagonist and the playable character, his screen time remains the same. He is present pretty much the entire game. So whether he is better or worse in the remake ultimately comes down to personal preference. It's a matter of which Leon you prefer. In the remake, he is more serious. While he still cracks jokes and one-liners like an 80s action hero,
Talk about sticking the landing.
including some of his classics,
Where's everyone going? Bingo?
Where's everyone going? Bingo?
he does so less in the remake, and some of his witty charm is gone. This all contributes into making the remake have a more mature tone, which might be a minus for many who enjoyed the original game's more boisterous tone. But I think that the remake does a good job of still keeping the charm of the original while adding a heavier tone that makes the adventure feel more sinister, like it is a more dangerous and horrific affair, which works better in this modern age where games tended to take themselves more seriously. Besides, the remakes of Resident Evil 2 and 3 also abandoned most of the campy charm of the originals in favor of more realistic and grittier horror. So it makes sense that Resident Evil 4 follows suit with its remake. Besides, the Leon in the Resident Evil 4 remake is the same Leon from the Resident Evil 2 remake. It makes sense that a darker, gorier, and more serious experience would breed a darker, more serious, and hardened protagonist. He even says so at the beginning of the Resident Evil 4 remake. He feels guilty for being one of the few that escaped the nightmare of Raccoon City. He wishes that he could have saved more people, that he could have done more, and he hopes that this time it will be different. This time, he will prevent another tragedy. He revisits this near the end of the remake while carrying Ashley to the device that removes Las Plagas. He says that this time, it has to be different. I love that the Leon in the remake is notably scarred by that fateful night, and this actively pushes him to fight. It makes him a more relatable protagonist and one you can root for more easily. In the original, he was basically motivated only by his mission, which makes everything he does less personal. It's all about fulfilling his objective. Sure, he does care about Ashley. He still wants to save her, and he is still clearly righteous, and a force of good, a hero. But it's a lot more compelling and interesting to have all of these, plus his unwavering desire to make up for all those lives he could not save by making sure that he saves this one life that he has been entrusted with. He is now a flawed knight, one with cracks in his armor. A vulnerable hero that has weaknesses. A clear darkness that haunts him and weighs him down. But despite this, he still fights tooth and nail until the very end. He is now more engaging, more fascinating, and someone you actively root for and want to see succeed. A protagonist you can feel for. In the original, he was basically flawless. A perfect hero that feared nothing, and that had no glaring fault or weakness. Which made him undeniably cooler and more badass. But it also made him less relatable and intriguing. Plus, his constant joking and cheesy one-liners undermined the seriousness of the situation. Sure, he was incredibly funny.
I've been expecting you, my brethrens.
No thanks, bro.
Oh yes, I let our miserable insects out for some exercise down in the sewer.
Thanks. That should keep me company, 'cause boredom kills me.
Perhaps you are disillusioned with overconfidence, just because you killed my small-time subordinate.
Sadler, you're small time.
Oh.
But it's difficult to feel like the stakes are high and like there is any real danger when the protagonist himself won't take things seriously. The more serious tone he has in the remake definitely fits a horror game a lot better. Though again, this is a product of the times. Nowadays, RE4 Remake Leon is more suitable than OG RE4 Leon, while back then, OG RE4 Leon felt right at home, especially when compared to the previous entries in the franchise, which all had a campy tone. In the end though, regardless of which version of Leon you prefer, regardless of which one is better, the remake definitely did not make Leon worse. And there is no denying that they are both amazing. They are both quite worthy of being the protagonist of such a masterful game and of being my favorite Resident Evil character.